Welcome back. From our last video, we had created a quick project that didn't do anything and checked it into a local repository. Let's take a look at our where we stand so far. If I go to my Git repositories, dynamic class project repo, I created that. It's a master. That's a good thing. Um, I can look to see what branches I have. I have a local branch called master, my first commit, if you remember that. If I had some remote packages from other people checking in and out, I might see it under remote tracking. Also, notice that under remotes, I don't have anything created. There aren't any remotes under remotes. We have to add GitHub as a remote. So let's do that. Let's go and right click the remotes, go to create remote. Don't change anything. Once we configure the push, it will automatically configure the fetch. Don't change the name from origin. Click OK. Okay, right now we need the URL or URI. Excuse me. I go back to my GitHub, which was somewhere. I think I got there. It is. Okay. Let me go back to class project. Okay. Now I got a couple choices here. One is using the server keys, the SSL keys. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use just the URL. I'm going to copy this guy. You can click this to copy to clipboard. Go back to Eclipse, change it. I'm going to paste in the URL. It happens to be the same URL, but that's fine. No local file. The host is github.com. That's the repository path. It would automatically fix that with the URL. Now remember I said there's a bunch of different ways you can connect. Protocol is just the way you're going to connect, the rules you're going to use. If you were to use, where is it? SSH. That's where you give the private key. Right now we're going to use HTTPS. Don't change the port. The user is your user and password from GitHub when you sign up for your GitHub account. So I know what my user and password are. Sure, why not store those locally? I give it a finish. I'm going to give it a save. So I should have the remotes there. Yep, the remote is there. And push and pull are both configured. Now let's right click. I go to team. I already committed. I don't need to do that. Go back there. Go back to team. Go to remote and push. And what this should do is push my change to the server. Let's see what happens. Well, I gotta give it a next and finish. Let's try that. Okay, what did it say? It says it encountered a problem, cannot connect to the repository, nothing to push. Well, I beg to differ because I did commit. So let's try this again. Team, go to remote, push, click next. I guess I'm gonna do this manually. My source is going to be my master branch, and that's a destination. I don't think anything is there. Add all branches to spec. Let's do that. If I get another error, I'm going to go back here and say force update, but let's see if I can get this to work without forcing an update. Okay, it's rejected. It might be because I have there's a difference between my local and the, the the repository I have in GitHub. Remember that README the README file? I think it's having a problem with that. So let's back it up, and I'm going to say I'm going to force my update. And now I say finish. And now it clobbered whatever was out there, and it should have just committed. Let's take a look. If I go to my repository again, go to my class project, that dynamic class project right there. Now this is a little funky trying to maneuver this way because you don't have a Windows Explorer, but I can drill down and see all my folders. Settings, Web Connect, Source, Class Path, Git, GNOR, and Project. Those are all my folders. Like some of these, that Jack's WS Web Service, this doesn't start building until you actually have things in there. This is something that's shown in the IDE, but not. It doesn't actually have any folders attached to it. Let's go down to the source. Remember my package, com.package.servlet, and that my new servlet Java. There's the code. Believe it or not, I can go in here and edit this right in place. So if let's say I I edited this with their editor, which I wouldn't do. But if you did it and saved it, if I did a get, I can pull down that version to my local version. Cool. Let's take a look to see what would happen if I make a change now. Let's say I go back over to Eclipse. I open up, I open up that file. And close this down a little bit. Let's say let's put in a comment just so I want to see it show up. Okay. I save it. Now it's saved in the project. It didn't save in my repository. It didn't save it in It didn't save it in the GitHub yet. First, we have to do a commit. If I go to team commit, it knows what's changed. Like Eclipse and a Git is smart enough to know I didn't change everything. I only changed that. And it's going to ask you basically, do you want to commit this? If there were 17 things that you changed and files that you changed, it would be 17 different things in this box. I'm going to say my second commit and commit. You can also do commit and push, but we're doing this step by step. I commit. It commits my local change. If I were to try to commit again without making any changes, it should say there's no changes. Yeah, it says there's no changes. Do you like to amend the last commit? I'm going to say no. I'm going to do a push. Let's go back to team, remote, push. It's hopefully pushing my second commit. Let's go back to the repository. What I want to do is I want to see that second commit come through. Second commit, that's a good thing. Just happened. If I go into it and I go to the source again, com package example, I should see that comment. Bert was here, right there. Pretty cool. Very good. This was your first check in and out. I'm going to put up another video soon of how to pull down a repository that's already published. Let me log out of this and show what I'm talking about. If I let me sign back in, but not into my let's see, search or type for a command. If I was looking for a poker program, there are hundreds, 2,341 repositories with someone trying a poker program. If I wanted a poker C# program, there's 99. If I wanted a poker Java program, there's 200, however many this is, 414. I'm not guaranteeing any of these things work, but they are certainly out there. You can go download and import these projects into your own. You can look at the source code. I don't know if you let's look at Super Riddler Poker. I can start poking around at their com. Not much to that. Okay. This doesn't look too terribly complicated. All right, well, you get the idea. I can start poking around with the source code, or if I wanted to, start pulling down the repository. So if this is some really interesting code that you're maybe can use or borrow, you can actually clone to your desktop and then import that project directly into Eclipse. Very good. Talk to you soon.